Welcome to this lower body focused mobile in 5 session. Today we're going to be working through 3 positions, the first of which is going to be a squat sit for 2 minutes. With our feet in our squat stance, we're going to sit ourselves down into our squat with the aim of relaxing as much as we can into this position. If that squat position is difficult and we can't keep our feet flat on the floor, we might take a hold of a counterbalance. Now that could be the sofa, a door frame, or something as simple as a foam roller, just to give us a bit of leverage and allow ourselves to relax into the position. The aim here is to relax the upper body as much as possible and let the hips sink between the knees, down through the ankles and as close to the floor as possible. You might find it comfortable to let the chest fall forwards and allow the shoulders to round, or sit up nice and tall with that chest proud. Whichever feels comfortable for you, I want you to relax into that squat position as much as possible. If you find that a particular side feels constricted, or there's some sticky parts through the ankles or the knees, feel free to move around in that squat position as we sit here for another minute or so. Once you find a position that feels comfortable, I want you to focus on really relaxing the upper body, letting the shoulders drop, sitting as comfortably into that position as you can. If you find that position comfortable, you can exaggerate the stretch by bringing the feet slightly closer together, but only if you're able to keep your feet flat onto the floor. We're soon going to move to the couch stretch on the left hand side, and for this we're going to need a pillow and the sofa. So slowly bringing yourself up out of that squat position. If you need to pause the video here to take a while, then you can. If you are ready to move to the couch stretch, set the pillow up against the sofa. And the aim here is to have the shin vertically against the sofa and your knee as close to the sofa as possible. We're then going to sit ourselves up nice and tall. And what I like to do initially is just lift the arm above the head and squeeze the left glute, bringing the hips forwards. And you should feel a stretch through the front of the hip, down through the quad. If we can hold that upright seated position, then do, but if we need to, if that's a little too aggressive, we can lean forward with the hips. And as you can see, I'm using a foam roller here, just to allow me to sit up nice and tall, relax, and let that hip drop forward into the position. We're now going to transition onto the right side. So the same process. Getting into that position with a vertical shin against the sofa, the knee as close to the sofa as possible. Once you're sat up nice and tall, reach up above the head, squeeze that butt cheek to bring the hips through, and then relax with those hips open and feeling that stretch down through the front of the body. If you find that either side is particularly tight and needs more attention, feel free to pause the video, lengthen that stretch on that side. The last position we're going to do today is the frog pose. Slowly bring yourself away from the sofa into the middle of the floor. And we're going to set our knees slightly wider than our hips. And turn the feet outwards. In this position alone, we should feel a stretch through the groin, on the inside of the legs from the hips all the way down to the knees. If we don't, we're then going to push the hips back towards the heels, and ideally we'd sit ourselves down on the floor in this position. Again, the aim is to be as comfortable and relaxed as possible. You may find that position is with your elbows or your hands on the floor in front of you, so that you can drop your head, focus on nice deep long breaths in and out, as you sit the hips down towards the ankles. Again, if this position feels tight, then feel free to pause the video and lengthen the stretch to up to 3 minutes. But for now, you're all done for today, so take yourself out of that position and we'll see you tomorrow for mobile in 5.